Okay, so let me present my screen before actually into my screen. Okay, present screen here. The screen share. Good. Yeah, hopefully you can see my screen. And so before we actually begin in the whole for the whole for today's session, I wanted us to reflect back and have a look again at the curriculum. Okay, to have a look at the curriculum. I hope I'm not breaking off. To have a look at the curriculum one more time and just see where we have reached and where we're headed to. So let's do this. Let me just open this up. So hope you can see. Let me just share this link with you one more time. Share. Come back to this and share it. So most of you have a copy of this curriculum. I think most of you have at least the link to this curriculum. And so far we have at least covered, we are in our this 7th week. I think we're in our 6th week. If we just count 1 week off, we have been in our 6th week. So we have already covered the basics of TypeScript. We have covered still more deep dive into TypeScript week 2. We have finished introduction to React. Are we okay? What is this? First of all, bit. Yeah, we went ahead and looked at the introduction to React. Looked at I think we're in week 5, week 6. We're in week 6, where we continue React hooks. But most of the time, it's like we are not going to stick to the curriculum like fully because the curriculum is always can always change according to how how we are flowing within the lessons. But per now, at this, if you follow the curriculum and at least having when you're researching something here and here, uh, some places maybe I've been researching, you have seen something within the curriculum, maybe for example, like reactive tools, and you have done your individual research on it. That's fantastic. Maybe you have looked at Paso, which actually I didn't go into details about Paso. But if you can do research about it, that would be fantastic. Then of course, but now what I'm pretty sure of, we have covered most of the parts. We have covered that is up to week 4, finish week 4, we finished week 5, finished week 6. Although we skipped some things here and here, like waiting our custom hooks, that will come in later. But now we are almost like few kind of like 2 to 3 weeks. That's maximum of next 3 weeks. That's the maximum. Can come 2 or 3 weeks. So we finish with the front end of it. Then we'll look at our at just the last week, which is like some bit of introduction to Vue. Yes, a sample of Vue. But then of course you can go ahead and we finish this with our first project presentation after finishing all the front end of it, like finishing the React and Vue introduction. So that's why I was asking guys to go ahead and look at the project and try to create some UIs and go ahead and begin on it, because at the end of it all, after we finish React and a bit of Vue, you have to have something to present. Okay, that was presentation and evaluation of project on week 10. Which is like almost another step. I think it's like almost like 3 weeks as a maximum for us to reach week 10, because we began 4th of April. We already covered 1 month. Now going the second month, we have to share second month. So that means that's around 8 weeks max. But we can put aside and say, okay, this is like 7 or 6 weeks. Uh, but now we know that we have around like 3 weeks finalize our React and Vue, just be introduction to Vue, and have at least some project, which is that work to be presented. Although some of the project assignments, bit of it will change, but most of the learning outcomes and the learning activities, we are keeping them the core. That means you, yes, if you can follow this on your own, whether it's within you as an individual or as a group, you can be able to finish this up and learn all these things, because we have laid out Tunga, Emma, me, and our fellow colleagues. We have come up with this, and the Tunga board has, like, we have, okay, this is something which, if you follow the curriculum, of course you can learn whether I'm the teacher, whether I'm the trainer. You can still learn this by simply following step by step and researching this here and here as an individual, because we have laid this out for you. Just simply follow that the steps. Okay, this week. Let me look at this. Let me look at Fetch API. Let me look at React. Let me look at use reducer, use memo, context API. Let me look at Firebase. Okay, because all these resources are available for you, and we have passed on different resources. At the beginning, I think we passed on the Tunga Academy. So it's just go and search, go like Tunga Academy. I think they should give you a link to this, to the Tunga Academy.login, like .io. But let me share the links to you one more time. So feel free to go ahead and sign up for Tunga Academy. And they have some resources on React, which you can at least follow, because they have a whole bare bones React tutorial. Tutorial is a write-up, and have some combinations with videos here and here. But just go ahead, feel free to go ahead and look through that React lessons, okay, write-ups, I can call them, and be able to at least go ahead and have a review, build on your skills, and continue to improve on it. Yeah, but now remember, we have already finished quite out of time. That's why I'm requiring you guys to go ahead and attempt the simple assignments I gave you, and also the assignments, or which are on the assignments column, column, yeah, it's a column. So for now, for example, like on the week, which is week 1, you are supposed to attempt this basic algorithms from pre-code camp, which I ask guys to attempt. And this, like, your own, like, for week 1, of course, was introduction. So week 2, I give an example. These are example projects you can do on your own personally, but once you build them, they're adding to your skill. So for example, a simple stopwatch in HTML and CSS, most of you can build this. I'm pretty sure of it. You have a tip calculator, you have something, a simple calculator, but still it is in React. You have like a website, which is a portfolio page, which I was asking guys to pass on the portfolio page. Then of course, on week 5, you're supposed to create a simple weather app, and of course, you're supposed to use the JSON placeholder API and the Giphy API to create some nice blog app, which someone can maybe try to view some blogs from the JSON placeholder API. Of course, it's a placeholder. That means you can go ahead and so you can go ahead and try it out. Of course, I'm giving you, like, you have great GitHub issues page. Those who are like, okay, I'm lost, what can I do to what can I create on my own? So all these are available for you to create, okay? And if you have, I'm going to attempt, because I was hoping for us to attempt all this one by one, but you doing this as an individual, it will help you out more than me showing you, then you just copying and pasting, which is not good, because if you try to create maybe a simple movies app on your own, and try to understand how it works. It benefits you more than it will benefit me. And of course, the last bit of it, the last few weeks, of course, we are having the picture sharing application, like share pictures, something like a clone of Instagram, but on bare bones, like simply where you can just simply upload a photo and that's all. A photo with you, maybe with some small notes. Okay, that's easy. I'm gonna maybe try to attempt some of these simple assignments with you guys so you can have a look at them and see how you can learn from them. And at the end of it all, of course, for Vue, of course, we're going to just do a simple application together because for now we are going to be focusing on Vue. Vue is just a by the way, just to show you that there are different frameworks and how you can try them out. But at least by the end of this coming 3 weeks, I'm hoping we be able to finish React, wrap up everything React, and but by the end of this coming 3 weeks, at least have something tangible, at least have something presentable. That's why I'm requesting you guys to go ahead and create the UIs for the project, for your project. Okay. Then of course attempt these different applications, the portfolio page, attempt the simple app with JSON placeholder. Because I've already showed you how to what to do with APIs, so you can simply use this for now because I'm hoping to actually go ahead and finalize my API and give it to you guys so you can have access to it and be able to instead of that of having this placeholder, you can use my app, okay? Because I'll be having control over it, and if you have issues, you can either contribute as okay, Eric, please change this. But with placeholder API, everything is just it's like it doesn't change that much because it's not my API, it's not the API, something someone else who's created it, and you have no much control over it. But still, you can use it to just have a simple thing like a simple to do app. But please finalize the UI because when it comes to presenting, see how to present something which is tangible to somebody than have uh, have nothing to present. So I'm just telling you in the future, like in the next coming few weeks, you're gonna be presenting something, okay, individually per now because we are going to put it in groups later on. I think by the end of the next of this React sessions, we're going to put it in groups when you begin with dealing with the back end of it, back end like Django and I think Node. We have I think one week is for Node, but it's okay. Okay, so I've finished talking that much. Okay, I've talked, and if you have questions, this is the right time for you to go ahead and inquire, ask, comment, whatever you feel like. Please feel free to go ahead and ask questions. You can type in the chat or you can unmute and ask. Because next step, I'm just going to show you something simple because uh, we miss out something on Wednesday's lesson. So I'm going to continue with Wednesday's lesson, which was the API bit of it. So you can finalize with that. Yes. So any questions? And as always, if you have no questions, feel free to go ahead. Okay. How will the UI we design be integrated with the code? Okay. Uh, so Cesar is asking how will the UI redesign be integrated with the code? So the UI design, it's like UI. How can I say it? It's like a presentation because it's like you are presenting what you design, okay, to somebody, and when it comes, you go ahead and break down like uh, have a look at a copy of the design, then go ahead and create it. Okay, create the code. You as a developer, as a front end developer, having the UI designing because it's not development designing. We are designing something. For example, the example I think just open up mine to just ask afterwards. It's called Figma. Yes. Figma. Do have one from Adobe XD. Let me show an example, okay? From Adobe XD. If you can open this Adobe XD and can open up. Okay, this is just sorry about that. Then first open up XD. XD. Because for me, I usually use XD. Let me just open up this XD. Hopefully, it opens up. I'm gonna show you. I can an actual example of this. Okay, it opens up. Good. It's taking quite a lot of time to load. Let's give it like some time for it to load, and I'll show you. I have this. Okay, so this is one of the projects which I've showed you before, and I've been working on with my colleagues. I'm gonna show it to you because when it's private, doesn't matter. It's just a design. Okay, but in the video, I think I'll remove it. But I'm showing you because you have asked it. So this is somebody went up ahead with my colleagues, and we designed. Okay, we designed all this. So we designed how the app will look like for our client. So in my case, I'm having all this. Okay, all these pages. Okay, like I think they're around 57 pages. Okay, I'm just showing you an example. I won't show you that whole design because this is a private app, but these are all different designs. Okay, all different designs. This not code, it's just designs. Therefore, that I went ahead, and we created a whole. I went ahead and we called it out. Okay, went ahead and go the design. From design, having a picture of it, having the dimensions, having all this, like how it will look like. Went ahead, open up VS Code, began a React project, then started the whole project. Okay, but personally, I was working hand in hand with the person who was designing. But the client was the guy who said, "Okay, I want it to look like this." Then the client began give out some input. So if you design it, after designing it, the client will approve the design. Then you begin a development. So it's to prevent you from designing and going ahead to writing lots of code, and the client will not like that the work, because we are not simply giving you information just simply to help you with finish the project. No, we are giving you information so that this by the end of the session of the whole program, you can be able to go ahead and do an actual project, not simply projects assignments and this, but an actual project. Work with a client, request for them the UI, charge them for the UI because you have to charge for the UI. Then charge them for the development. And with the design, you can work with any developer. I can say, have the design already, and then maybe employ Mogisha to go ahead and develop for me. Okay, so it helps out to work in team. That's the first thing, because you have one source of truth. Second, it helps out to make to work with a client better, and to prototype real quick, because once I have a design, I can show the client this is how it looks like. Then we can begin the development after the client agrees on the design, agrees on every single page, agrees on how it will look like. So then we begin on the development. So the code which I'm talking about, you have to go ahead and type the React code. Okay, use CSS design here and here, put that use grid to the layout here and here, log in using maybe an API, log out, see something of API, connecting the API here and here, account for users. All that you have to hard code them. You have to type down and write some React code. But once you have the design in mind, the part of CSS, just take like 3 days and you're done with CSS. Then you focus your mind on the actual functionality. That's why I'm asking guys to do that. That's the UI. Hopefully I've answered your question. This was Caesar. Yes. Is another question? Okay, good. So please do the design, the UI. Okay. So if you have questions, please feel free to go ahead and type them in the chat. I'll be able to see that the questions. So yesterday, sorry, not yesterday, rather on Wednesday, I was simply looked at. Maybe just open up real quick this real quick up. here this code. I think if I check out what's called fetching from API, and of course I npm start the project. Okay, so remember, if you have already cloned a project, you can of course do a git pull and pull in the whole project. So, for example, if you don't have this copy of this branch, you can git pull and have the whole branch. Okay, because I'm sure you have this branch, so you don't need to create to git clone every single time. So it's open. It's opening up here in VS Code. Okay, so this is what our API does, but for now, there's something wrong with this API because I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to have some data. And of course, if I inspect, I don't have the actual project for what the same localhost 8000 because I don't have a project right now, but I do have the project somewhere hosted on Heroku. So it was called Altnet blog slash dash blog dash API dot Heroku hope Heroku app.com. I hope it's the one. Yeah, so hope it's the one. I'm hoping it's the one. Okay, so it's taking some time to load. Yeah, but this is the API, the endpoint which I created for you guys. Okay, it's the one. Took time if I remember. Okay, so this is the API which are hosted online already, and same API which was offline. So instead of using the localhost 8000, I'm gonna use this same link here. Come here and open up VS Code one more time. Change my app.tsx here, and I think I'll change this from localhost 8000 to simply same link here. And of course, remove this one. It was API/users. Save this. So hopefully it works. And I check my React app one more time, and of course it's crashing and here, which is okay. Okay, I know why it's failing here and here. This is why it's failing because I don't have users here, and if I try to log in, there are no users. Let me see. Okay, so the reason why it's not working by now is because some endpoints I didn't secure it completely, and it's crashing. It's crashing here. But let's just change something here, real quick. Let's try and open. I think if I go /API, I think the whole API is it's an open endpoint, so if you can use it, is perfect. So let me just do this real quick here and change from API here. I change to simply /API to the users, which is okay. Because I think that endpoint one is free. Let's go down here. Go a little bit. Right, let's just change this. Let's remove this part here, which will give us some errors here. Of course, this part here to avoid errors. Okay, so I can save this. Then I can save this. Then I check on the time. Of course, by now it will be what? It will be empty, which is all right. Okay, which is okay. But by now we have put some data. Although right now it's failing because I'd forgotten to add the users to add to the database. But I'll add this by the end of today, so at least you can have access to add to this user /app/users. So /API/users and /app /API/groups. So that will come in, I think, by after this session. I'll pass on that later. But to make things easier for myself and for all of you, I'll simply go ahead and use the JSON plus forward API because I think that's way quicker to deal with. because mine I'm still trying to finalize it. So I'm going to use a JSON placeholder API. And in your case, you can still use this because I think it's open and free. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the users. I think it has users, it has post albums users, it has some users table. So I can copy the users. Instead of using my API, I'm gonna use one for JSON placeholder. So let's do this real quick. Control V. No, Control Z. Okay, so I've just changed that / users. Of course, since I'm using an open API, I'm going to just go ahead and remove the headers. So, of course, now I can bring back, if I bring back everything here one more time. The same things here. Sorry about this. Okay, so I need to get this ID username. No. Okay, all that's okay. Copy that. Come here to our API here at the top. I'm going to remove this at medblog API. Then I put the JSON placeholder / users. Then remove the headers because remember the headers only work when we have what you have to add some additional data. But now I don't need the headers, so remove the headers. Okay. And just now a very simple basic feature request. Okay. So now I can check and see if there's any. Okay, good. So now I'm having a bunch of 10 different users. Okay. Well, now the users are different because if I check the JSON placeholder API, I'm having name, ID, and stuff. So instead of having URL here, I'll have let's just remove. Let's just have email. What is email? What was it called? Let's have again. Street name, address, email, username. Let's have phone number. Let's have phone. Okay. User.phone. Save this. Okay. And then of course now I can come here. Good. So now I'm having this data. Although if you have a look at it, it's not arranged to the best because there's no styling. Okay. There's no styling. And let me just move my styling because styling is also because some errors here and here. So styles, let me just move some styles here. Let's remove all this. All this. What's on all this? I want only the head. Just that. Let's remove also everything. Okay. Have it empty. Just to make things easier. Okay, so now it's now more cleaner and easier to have a look at it. So this is the JSON placeholder API, and instead of course by now I'm sure most of you who have cloned the repository and have a copy of it on your machines, you don't have access to my API because my API I'm still trying to analyze it and make it secure and because by now and add the data over to a database and everything hosted perfectly. But you can still use the JSON placeholder API for now for just testing out. Okay, testing out different endpoints, testing out how you can display the data because by now I'm displaying it in a list, but it's up to you can display it in a table. Okay, in a TR and table and stuff. It's up to you. Okay, as long as you simply follow the format. Let me this format here of creating maybe let's just use a table. Let's do it real quick. I think if I do this, let's do this. Make it better. Sorry, let me just do this. T table. Let's take like a bunch of seconds to finish this. So TR. Yeah, TR can have a TD. Yes. So TD will be this. First TD will be this. Let's do this real quick. Will be this. Second TD will be this. Let me make that information just a bit more cleaner. Just show it a bit. there. The last one will be this. The TD will be TD like that. Will be that. Okay. So of course, I'll carry this this tiara like that. Go to X, I'll place it here instead of having that oil here. Like that. There. Then of course the oil, just to make sure everything else looks fine. Make this out. Okay, let's fix it if it works. And I format this. Okay, then I save this. Now it will work to be in a table, okay? It's a table format, although it has no lines and stuff. So you can put border, it's up to you. So yes, put some small styling, okay? So I can say table. I want a T R, comma TH and TD have a border of 1 pixel solid and black. Okay. So of course I want to have table collapse, table. It's okay, I don't want the top collapse. It's okay, it will look ugly. I don't want to go into this is what with CSS, but that's how it looks. Okay, this is how data is looking like. Of course, right now it has no T, it has no heading. Let me just put a heading real quick, then I can finalize this because I want to make it look nice. Okay, just make so inside there I can put a TR still. Okay, then I put some THs. I want to have there are 3 of them. Okay, I want to have one having the email. Okay, one having the username, one having what was the phone? The phone. Okay, save this. I come back to my course now. Complain. What I complain about? Okay, I think I removed this. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. So this has to be outside this here. Save this. Format this. Okay, now it looks the same thing. We're gonna have a couple of bits later on. I'm gonna push it out GitHub because I'll refresh the page to avoid errors. But because I'm having a table, a heading, an email, and so that's like one way of approaching it. So okay, so I guess fix this just a little bit, just one CSS line of code, and I'll be done with this. So was it the collapse? Okay, it didn't work. It doesn't matter. I don't mind it. It doesn't matter. Okay, must be table. Okay, so now that's worked. Hopefully that's worked. So now you can see I'm having so much of that. I'm having email, username, phone. This is how you can represent your data. Okay, for example, you have a table showing different users. Okay, that's a table. Okay, and the data is not coming from an array. It's not coming from some I've called them memory values. It's coming from an API. Okay, so most of the time that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be dealing with grabbing data from somewhere, displaying it on the page. Okay, so this is what we have been doing for the last few days. Okay, but now to build on it and make it even more better is it's no longer to break this up into components. Okay, let's break it down into components. I'll do that later on, but you break it down into smaller components. Okay, like you just transfer all this data to another component. to that component. Okay, and I'm going to look at something called prop drilling. Okay, so maybe I note somewhere here. It's up here. Note. Okay, so the guys, prop drilling. Okay, and also going to look at how we call the context API. Context API. It's your context API. Yeah. So I want to look at props drilling and React context API later on. I think in the next week, gonna look at that and improve on it. Okay, make sure that you are dealing with actual data. So I think I finished fixing this here and here. Yes, no more right here and here. Because let me just type this and share it with you guys. Okay, so let me just push towards GitHub. Of course, I've made some changes. Let me just push towards GitHub real quick. Because I don't want to forget it. And also one more thing, which okay, let's switch to screen now. Speak again. So the other thing which I had planned for us to look at today was to review your portfolios, but I've been received so much from you guys, from your end of it, and because I was expecting to have some links to your nice portfolio, to your portfolio websites, but I haven't received any from any of you. So please do pass them on. I host them on Netlify or any other cloud services which is free, and share the links either WhatsApp or you can share them via Slack, so at least I can have a look at them. I've received so far received from one person. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, I've received from one person, and I'm waiting for you guys to just share your portfolio, because all these views what on your skill as a developer. Okay, because don't have you to create to simply give like 1 or 2 days. Like actually, no one I do like hours, like 2 hours. Sit down, get a nice template from either Carib or free dash css.com, and grab a template, break it down into components. Go ahead and use some router here and here. Create at your own nice or somewhat portfolio, or you can simply use what I already have. Like for example, we have something. I think we have some pages. If you look at our if you look at what our repository, we have something called Git. We have static something static pages with that with React props, and if you just have a look at it, you can still use the same one, use the same branch to just have a look at our project. Okay, there's some right here which I need to fix. Supposed to be root. Final Y. Up to here. Change this to root. Okay, new one. So I change one to root. So let me just fix this error because it will happen continuously. Root. Okay. So you can use the same website here, change the design, change the colors, and have it working, because this I think is already working. And I think I didn't change the routes, but you can still change the routes on your own. And I use React Router to have, let me make smaller, to have a nice looking website which is on your own, okay? And so they host it somewhere on online, and you can share with your friends. If you're going for an interview, share the same website. Say, I'm a developer. This is my website, my official website. I think it's Samuel, and Samuel has another site. I think Samuel and also Slavia. They do have personal websites. I do have one, but as off and on, I'm always creating it, then discarding it. But if you're working for a company, you need to have your own personal website, okay? No personal portfolio which you can show to people, uh, which you can show to people. So please go ahead and create this because it's not for my sake, for your sake. Having this website, create it in a language which you are in a framework which you are using. You are convincing the client or convincing the guys who your potential employers that you know what, I have the skill and I can show you that I've already created something on my own. Okay, it's a beginning point. And other projects I've shown you, which are here, this small projects here, like the small apps, you can create them, host them, and link them as what as your projects. Okay, so I've created this weather app, created this GitHub pages issue, all this you can add them to the same portfolio page and convince people that okay, I have a developer, I have experience in developing something rather than you simply saying I have a certificate but I have no skill. Okay, so I'm asking you, requesting you guys, please finance the projects and pass them on because I cannot continue on without giving you more information, giving you more content without asking me, are you consuming it? So please consume the content and create something. Okay, create. And for example, you can go ahead and finalize my project, the UI, because here can take something like 2 3 weeks to finish the UI. The actual not the design, rather the actual interface, which is like which you can type in, which you can maybe click and stuff. You can do it in 2 weeks and finalize it, okay? Finalize the interface, finalize everything, and link all those different resources, different projects you've worked on onto your portfolio. Okay, this is like I'm giving information because I've this is what I did not do when I was beginning out. When I was beginning out, I did not go ahead and create projects. I was focused on consuming content without creating going down and creating some project for my own and finalizing it and pushing it. Okay, I discovered I discovered the importance of doing this when I was actually already in a work environment, when I was actually doing projects. Okay, and the projects which I have right now don't have any small projects on my portfolio. All those I was doing discarding them. I didn't know anything about GitHub before. But in your case, you're having information about GitHub, having Netlify, having GitHub pages, Cloudflare, all this information, you're having a well sort out curriculum for you, which you can use to learn with your colleagues. Uh, read through everything and ask questions. You're having someone to help you out. Please use let us let us help you out so that you can improve. So feel free to always contact me because I'm at this I'm available, okay, to some extent for you guys. So please, I do want you guys to finish this up and pass on these things, okay? Because once you get the skills, you're adding what to your resume. So please, I beg of you, because there's nothing I can do. I cannot force you. It's up to you to do this. So please go ahead, finalize the project. I give you some small project. Please go ahead and finalize it because you'll be building on it small, like little by little, okay? Building on it, okay? Until it becomes something big, and that's how developers begin out. You don't begin out by simplifying, begin out step by step. So please, go ahead okay, and uh, and do this portfolio page, which I have a look at it, okay? Have a look at your creativity, okay? Please feel free to also finish that to do app. Also, guys who haven't yet done the pull request because that's important. Yes, one simple step which will help you out to understand pull requests. Please, especially if you're working in a team, please do that. I've so far received very few. You can let me actually show you. If I look at my pull request so far, I've received let me show it to you because that's show you to something I've received from Mercy, from Reno, from Samuel, from Slavia, Pauline, and Stacy. I've received from the rest of you, and of course, I think if you click on this open, you can have a look at this and see it. But all this, okay, have seen all these different progress, okay, and I can try to approve of them and see if there's a tick on it saying that this is not crashing with my my repository. So please do this, okay? Please also finalize the the portfolio. Please also attempt to the designs, the UI designs, just so that at least you can have a look at it, okay, and have a feel of it before you begin. The apps which I was talking about, please, I want let's write up for the application for each application, and I break it down for you. All these small applications: the movies app, the picture app, the GitHub issues page, the blog app, the calculator. I'm going to break down them for you into small projects and share them with you, so that you can have a write up which you can follow along. Okay, I'll do this, uh, and this by Monday you begin uh, seriously working on this. Okay, so by the end of the next coming 3 weeks, all of you have presentable, organized work. Okay, when someone asks you something, okay, I have something to present. Okay, I have this, I have this, I have this. Okay, and all this you'll do it on your own. Okay, because but you will be there to help you out. Okay, issues arising, help you out. Okay, you won't be alone. So for today, it's just I'm talking too much because uh I'm I want to pass out so that it can have can know where you're going. Okay, can know our endpoint rather than us simply learning without actually implementing anything. Okay, so all this I'll tie them up, make them nice, push them, and what and help you out. Okay, and so break them up so that you can begin your journey on creating these applications. So the last thing is I would want I would love to have get questions from you guys, okay, on what you feel. Let me just write down, okay, down here. And the first is what you you feel, okay, you don't understand, you don't understand. Okay, that's the first question. Second question will be what you thought, okay, because it's almost some question, okay. And third question is what you expect to learn, okay. Those are three questions which please if you feel like you don't want to reply here, feel free to what go ahead and catch me in the future. But these questions are this we can discuss them, okay. So if you feel like okay, I've missed out something, this part of what I've covered for the last couple of weeks I've understood, please get to me so you can repeat this, have a session where you can pass through all these different things, okay, and get you on board, okay. Because and the last question is if you want, okay, to have one in one session, DM me. Okay, so it's a question. So the first question is what do you think you don't understand? Second question, what you missed out, okay. Third one is what you expect to learn, okay, in the coming weeks, because I've passed on at the curriculum. You can say, you know what, Eric, we don't need bootstrap, okay. Maybe we don't need class components anymore. Don't even bother, okay, showing us class components anymore. We don't need fetch API, we need Axios. Feel free to dictate what you feel like, okay, this part is we don't need it, okay, this part we need it. Feel free to to to, to effectively uh, channel or change the course of what you want to learn, okay. So feel free to say to answer the questions, okay. If you feel like you are shy, I don't think you're shy, we are all grown ups, you're not shy people, okay. But if you feel like you are shy, I will not stop you. Feel free to DM me. But if you feel like you want to say something, feel free, okay, because I'm leaving that the floor for you guys, okay. last question is okay. So these are the questions. The 5 questions. Okay. Actually, one is more like yes. The other actually all questions. Okay. The question like if you answer something, you miss out something, and what you expect to learn, and what can you do but to improve the answer sessions. For the last question, you can uh, message me later on the Slack, direct message me, or WhatsApp, so you can have more discussion. But for the first few questions, if you feel like, you know what, let's discuss this. Okay, feel free to just speak it out. Okay. Yes, I'm waiting for your replies in the next minutes. Okay. Okay. I'm getting some replies over the side, which is okay. So the siren is not worth for nothing, which is fantastic. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 So let me answer. So someone's asking. I have about Axios and Fetch. Okay. So personally, I use Axios a lot. Okay. I prefer Axios, and most of the places I use Axios. But for simple and because for them to show an example of Axios, like just open up the official document of Axios. The official it has its and I explain why. Okay, this is for GitHub. The GitHub page, of course, let's go to GitHub. So down here, what makes Axios easier because it's a promise-based HTTP client. For it's the same thing as what as fetch. There's no difference, okay? But it makes working with fetch for a bigger projects, working with fetching data with HTTP clients with HTTP requests way easier, okay? It makes it so easier, and it has some more supports, some more things which you once you're building bigger projects when saying okay, what is saying MC all the time and oh okay, So well, actually, I was off the question. Okay. Okay. So, oh, you're asking, I know, but I'm sometimes like using normal form. Okay, so about me kind of getting of course, but you're saying, personally, as a developer, when I'm doing a small project, a simple project, I run away from using any other framework. Okay? But if I'm building bigger projects and I'm prototyping real quick, I want something which makes work easy, which works. Okay, I don't want to have to suffer. For example, you can do the whole thing of building the React, the fetching data, all that within JavaScript. Okay? But as a developer, the experience you're having all this experience and making your life easier. That's why you we go ahead and start using packages. Okay, like it's hectic to, for example, in the example which I like to give every time. For example, working with date, working with dates in normal, in a new date, like in a new date class or method of class. There's a class of function prototype. It gets overwhelming, so we sort out moment. Okay, so using packages is okay. Okay, is okay. And now these days you don't have to worry about the performance because well, like websites are faster. There's more optimization for what online. Internet is now better. Phones, laptops, desktops are getting faster. So there's no delay. For example, previously running a simple JavaScript function could slow down the whole thing, but now you can run over like 1,000 tabs and using like a gig of RAM. And to still that is to still not fail. So but so I don't personally I don't like breaking that trying to recreate reinvent the way. That's why I prefer using packages. I prefer using Axios. I prefer using React. I prefer using Moment. I prefer using Lodash. I prefer using jQuery sometimes rather than me sitting down and doing the stuff myself. But to conclude, it doesn't hurt for you to know both of them because when it comes to working with a company, you can't dictate. They tell you work with Axios. You have to work with it. So work with Fetch. You have to work with Fetch, especially if you're working with a company. But on individual project, it's up to you. So any other questions? Oh, okay. Thank you, Caesar, on that. Okay. For the API, saying about the API concept. For the API, I'll repeat. I think for the coming sessions, every single time we'll be get fetching from an API, doing all the things over and over again. Okay, because you have to repeat the API bit of it, how the API works. No, I think about hosting about API works, about getting pushing from an API, about pushing up to an API, about using the the context API with external APIs because the context API that is something else. Using look at a single weight, all that will come in. But now the APIs is just the beginning. Okay, just scratching the surface. Don't look at all this fetching data, putting data, patching, okay, deleting, all those small steps is small applications. But at the end of it all, you find okay, no, this thing is easy. Okay, quite okay, perfect. Okay, so let me just wait for some few seconds for that, few minutes for the guys to also game. pass on their replies if they have. And after reading through some replies, I'll close the session. Okay. So those, I think the guys who other guys who DM me. So feel free to leave at no code ending the session today. Today we didn't cover that much because we are here up and down. I'm trying to at least finish something up this side. I didn't want to bloat you with so many content without actually finishing up these things. Uh, but if you have issues, please get to me, contact me, DM me. No one will know if you are shy. Okay, just DM me. Okay, so I'm ending the session. Please feel free to leave. Let me stop recording here.